Most Tier 8 ships are kind of pointless because you can jump in the bureau and research the better, stronger version of that ship for free. Forget all the grinding, just start the bureau. You can get the Yamato, you don't have to play a Zumo. You can get the Montana, why would you play Maine? Why would I ever take the Mogador out of my port when I have Kleber? You get the point. Enter Småland, one of the only Tier 8 ships that I would say is better than its legendary counterpart, Holland. I'll explain why. But first, let's go set the ship up. So I'm running it kind of as a hybrid. I think you could do either. You could build it for guns or you could build it for torpedoes, but I feel like you're going to get more out of the torps. Here's why. You only have 4 guns. The reload stock is 2.1 seconds, so it's going to take a lot to squeeze more performance out of these guns. Vincent Mordhoff, you're going to have to use Swirsky. You're probably going to have to give up Perceptive, and even at the best, you might build it to 1.7 seconds reload, and that would get it to its stock numbers on PC. Actually, it gives you a lot of DPM, bringing you up past the Allen M. Sumner, but you give up so much for it. With that being said, I like Stig Eriksson. He has a useful base trait, good skills, and then sheltered arms in slot 4. This is a very, very good destroyer skill. And if you run Swirsky, the gun commander, you're going to have to take a useless skill that gives you smoke benefits in slot 4. So if it's up to me, yeah, I would do Stig. Sims is going to help with the HP a little bit, and then Eric Bay for a little added concealment. It makes it for a nice, well-rounded build that you're going to be able to do lots of things. Okay, let's go jump into a battle and see if we can prove that Småland is better than her big sister, Holland. All right, we're on Greece today, and let's head to the sea cap. We only have one other destroyer on our team. He's going to A, which means I really need to go to the opposite direction and spot for our team over between B and C, that kind of area, and that'll give our team the best chance. Småland, it's a pretty good cap contester, I would say, but you have to be really careful early game because the ship seems to take a lot of damage. It has a hard time disengaging. It doesn't have a smoke screen, and it also has a small HP pool. And it doesn't look like it right now, looking over here at the bottom left of the screen, 21,540. That's pretty good. That's like right under Delny and right at the Mogador range. But it's because we're using Billy Sims, and he gives us like, I don't know, 3,500 health or something like that. Otherwise, yeah, these Pan-Euro DDs are not the healthiest. They really rely on having heals. Most of them, of course. And you can see that we don't have any heals right now. More on that a little bit later. We've got some pretty long-range torps that we're going to try to line up, and the best strategy you can do with these things, they don't deal a lot of damage, about 10k a piece, but they're fast. So if you can stagger them and try to cause floods with them, that is the best strategy. So let's fire off a rack, we'll wait a little bit, and then we'll send another rack in the same direction. So hopefully Montana will burn a DC and then be stuck with a permanent flood. These torps also have reduced ability to that's the Khabarovsk. We have to be very careful here. They have a low flood chance, but still, if you get them on the bow or the stern, you can definitely get floods. Let's let Khabarovsk smoke, and then we'll radar him. We have a 7.5 kilometer radar here, and if there is no other ship spotting, I should be able to shoot at this guy and deal some free damage. If I can hit the target. These shells are a little bit floaty, you have to be careful of that. Uh-oh. Okay, Drake came around the corner of the smoke. That's not good. We're definitely going to take some punishment. This is one of the bad things about this ship. 660 turn circle, it's hard to kind of get out of the way. Yeah, so we're going to take some punishment. Go ahead and pop the speed boost and GTFO. We need to save our health. A straight up fight against a Kaba, probably not the best thing. Monty caught the second torp and the flood, so that worked out exactly like we wanted it to, and yes, that's the best strategy you can do. All right, we should be getting out of radar range there, and then we'll turn around and keep playing this cap. Since we outspot the Khabarovsk, yeah, I'm not too worried. We just need to watch out for the radars, and hopefully we can ping our teammates and they will help us. So when a ship comes to World of Warship Legends, 99% of the time it was already a ship on PC, and someone at Wargaming decides, either the dev team or somebody, picks what tier it's going to come to, basically. So most of the time, a tier 10 on PC goes to legendary tier, a tier 9 on PC goes to our tier 8, and so on and so forth. There are some odd exceptions, of course, and bear with me because Småland is going to be one of them. This is relevant, I promise. Plymouth is a tier 10 premium cruiser on PC. It was brought to our tier 7. Okay, Cabba's definitely coming back. We're going to torp his smoke screen. A lot of players, I find that if there's still an active smoke screen, they will try to come back and kind of take refuge in it. So let's torp there, and then let's give another rack to Monty. Okay, here's our guy. We outspot him. Let's just keep him lit. We don't have to fire our guns, and hopefully our teammates can blippity-blap him. Okay, at least they shot at him, but he's going to catch one. Caught one torp. Even though they're low yield, destroyers don't really have... Oh, nice hit. Okay, good job, Neptune. Destroyers don't have any anti-torpedo bulges like a battleship would, so they're going to take most of the alpha damage, so Pan-Euro torps are really good against DDs. But anyways, back to Plymouth. It's a tier 10 on PC, right? It came to our tier 7. Summer CE, it is a tier 10 on PC. It came to our tier 7. So if you're ever wondering why some of these ships are so good, well, in those ships' case, it's because they could literally be legendary tier ships. Republic, it's a tier 10 on PC. It sits at our tier 8, so really it's no wonder that's the best tier 8 battleship. What I'm getting at is Småland is a tier 10 on PC, just like the Holland. Both of those ships, we have to be careful of Drake radar here, and Kronstadt radar. So I've got the speed boost active just in case we need to dip out of here. Otherwise, let's just throw some torps and try to get the cap. But yeah, Småland, Holland, they are sister ships on PC. I believe the Holland is the tech tree version, and the Småland is the premium version, which is why we get this gorgeous camo. Like, this is one of the coolest camos for a tech tree ship in the game, in my opinion. So, what did they do to make the Småland a tier 8 ship? Well, they gave it a 1/10 of a second longer reload than Holland. They took away 2 of the torp tubes. You can't run heals and radar at the same time, so there are a few nerfs there. Holland in our game has 700 more health, but honestly, these boats are very, very, very similar, and the consumables are not equal. Småland in this case is the clear winner. The engine boost. Småland gets the super fun 30% boost for 60 seconds. It's beautiful. In those cases where you get outspotted by a DD, you can pop it and run them down. Okay, what radar is this? This might actually be Chung Mu, which is the only DD left alive on their team. If Twist and Track is correct over here by B on this side of the island, that could be him. So we'll have to be careful. We should be able to out DPM him though, if it comes down to a fight. Okay, yeah, it's him. Let's drop torps on Yami, and I'll try to bait the Chung Mu into coming around the corner, because honestly, we need to get him out of the match. Those torps can serve for Yamato or Chung Mu. Let's see if we can set the fire. That is another good strategy with this ship. Try to set fires, get a damage con, and then you can maybe get a permanent flood. We'll see, we'll see. Okay, there's Chung Mu. Looks like he only has about 6k health, so I think we should be able to stop here and take him out in a fight. He has no backup from his team at this point, and let's save our radar for when he thinks he's safe in his smokescreen. Chung Mu, that's a tier 8 DD that I still don't have. I would like to get it. Okay, there's a fire there. Our teammate's got a hit. Let's pop the radar. Oh, okay, we got him anyways. I'll take it. Perfect. All right, this game is looking pretty good. So the consumables aren't equal. Småland has this amazing speed boost. 30% is awesome. It's really, really fun. Holland has the vanilla 8%. Lame. And then the radar. Of course, the surveillance radar makes Småland one of the most potent destroyers at tier 8. It's one of the best DD radars in the entire game. There's not very many boats. The Chung Mu, that's one of them. The Xin Yang, those Pan-Asian DDs, I think you can give up a consumable and run the radar if you want. They're pretty good. USS Black has a 7.5 kilometer radar. Orkan, surprisingly a tier 6 destroyer, it has the best radar in the game. 9 kilometers for 20 seconds. I mean, that's pretty potent. I haven't gone back and played the Orkan after she got buffed. Her and Black both got buffed. Their radars did, the duration. I haven't been back to test it out, but still, Småland, 7.5 kilometers for 20 seconds. It is really, really good. A lot of people don't expect it, I suppose. You know, new players who don't pay attention to what ship does what, you can surprise them, and yeah, it really makes this ship phenomenal. All right, we'll see if we can get some more damage on the Yamato, because really this game is wrapped up. The Reds are up in the corner, and they're not really making any plays for the base. We have triple caps, so yeah, this is looking good. Yamato is turning out. We already have torps on the way, so something I like to do to battleship players is start shooting at them, and if he wants to get his front guns turned back to hit me, he'll have to turn back in, and he should catch some torpedoes if he does that. A lot of battleships just cannot resist the urge of turning in to getting all their guns. All right, it looks like he's kind of going for it. We'll see if we can bait his shots and prop juke them. Oh boy, I think we took off a little bit too early. We'll slow down. We still took a hit, but he's taking torps, so it worked out. It worked out. Now, the Pan-Euro DDs. We definitely feel it by taking the radar instead of the heel. Holland gets to keep the heel, and that's cool. Good for Holland. It hurts, and that's why I think Billy Sims is the most important thing. If you want to make this a full gunboat DD, you definitely can get it down to 1.7 seconds, and that is fast. Like I mentioned in the chart, that is Alan M. Sumner's level of DPM out of these 4 little guns. But yeah, you're not going to get the heel. You're going to have to give up your RPF finder in order to take, oh, I can't remember what the skill is called that Swirsky has. Anyways, it'll give you a little added reload. I just don't find that it's worth it. I would rather have a little more rounded ship, I suppose, than Friesland style reload. Småland is pretty good in this configuration, you know? Get a flood, get a torp. It is definitely worth it. One of the most fun features about this ship that I haven't talked about yet is the AA. The damage per second is 329. That is the best in the entire game, I think, unless I'm missing something. Tied with Holland, of course. And then you get the DFAA consumable. And yeah, it works. There was a game that I had maybe a week ago where I believe I shot down 35 Pobeda planes. So this is some pretty saucy AA. And if someone decides that they want to pick on you, the fun police, they'll definitely pay for it. All right, this game is over. So let's win harder and go see if we can rack up a little bit more damage and pad our stats. I suppose the only complaints I have about Småland, she's not that fast, 35 knots, of course you get the speed boost. The guns, they're very floaty at range. The shells are hard to hit things. I think this is a more of a, you know, a close range, medium range fighter. It's not like the Kleber or the Cabaros where you can do good open water long range gunboating because the shell velocity is just slow. You can definitely do it, but you see our shell flight times are like 7-8 seconds. You're not going to be hitting small ships very well. Still, I play this thing open water gunboating quite a bit, and it's okay. It's fine. Just use the prop juking, and usually you can make it work. The turret traverse is also great for up-close fighting. Oof. Okay, Kronstadt. Ouch. And then all that's left is a Drake. And I've been this guy before. You play your heart out, there's just nothing you can do. So GG's to this guy. But yeah, the floaty shells. Also, and this might just be me, but while the ship has a really good DPM on paper, sometimes I feel like the accuracy of the shells is a little bit wonky. And I've noticed this on Ostergotland, the Holland, and Småland, of course. I feel like I get a lot of bracketed shells, you know, where you're fighting enemy DDs, and in a salvo, you're landing, you know, 2 out of 4, 3 out of 4, 1 out of 4, 2 out of 4, and it really hurts your DPM quite a bit. I don't know if that's just me. You guys let me know in the comment section down below if you feel like these shells are kind of inaccurate. There's an American commander that buffs that. I can't even remember. Is it Arleigh Burke? I don't think I've ever used the guy a single time, and I wouldn't give up the Ensbo slot, but oof, okay, Drake goes down. I don't know, that could be worth looking into. Anyways, the Småland. It is probably my favorite tier 8 destroyer at the moment, and definitely a tier 8 DD worth going for. Let me know what you guys think of Småland in the comments section down below. I would love to hear from you. This is Derka signing off. I'll catch you in the next one.